Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
Well, it's basically like a hive mind, yeah, like many insects.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That's kinda... Well, that seems to be going in a completely different direction, so we'll just go with I don't get it, since that seems to continue this one.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Well, why is obvious, but...
What did you do?
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Well, you could really see that coming, but...
Hey, you can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
There's always some bastard option in there. God. Well, they defended themselves, but... Let's ask you about the Quarians then?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Really? Why?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
The Conclave? Is that their government or something? Or their council or something?
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
It's kind of nice that she gives us so much info. It's quite interesting as well. Much unlike Rex, who's just, yeah, very closed. But then again, you can't really blame him with the Krogan history, can you?
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla
we've
and
kind of
our families
heard this
behind us.
before.
We only return. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Do they always accept it, though?
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Well, let's change topics then, I
I want to
guess.
talk about something else.
Like what?
Nothing, since you told me all you can.
I should go.
See you later.
It was kind of an abrupt end of the talk, but sure. So the only person we've not talked to yet is Caden. And I don't know where he is. I really don't know. Ashley, Rex, Garrus over there. I guess he's up there somewhere. Along with the doctor. I've not seen her. Oh god, stupid elevator. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, it's going to load here. I remember. No, it's not. Well, some people sitting. Caden, there he is. Nope, my locker has nothing new in it. I don't know why it's loading now, but let's just talk to Caden then.
Anything you need, Commander?
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
What?
Commander?
That's not the option I selected.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Hey, why?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at.
Let me guess, nothing.
Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time
We'll
for
talk another time,
Well,
Commander.
that was no fun. Even Rex was more interesting than that. Is there something here? Sleeper pod. So that's basically where people rest. Really now. Weird. Let's talk to the doctor. I forgot her name. Chakwas. Planet's Medigel. May as well.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Well, not really, but what about Caden? I mean, he seems kind of off. Well, she did tell us about him using or having an older kind of biotic, which he may be suffering from with migraines.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impression. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches.
Yeah, we've been...
It's not easy being an elf.
Yeah,
Go.
we...
Goodbye, Commander.
I'm sorry, but we've been over that already. No need repeating. And there's nothing in this room. Right, we've talked to everyone now, I think. Time to actually do something, I guess. I like wasting time like that, though. I don't really consider it a waste, at least. Especially Tali's story, and yeah, we've talked to the navigator, and over there is just Joker, so that room's empty. So, galaxy map. Let's quick save first, though.